Welcome back to America's Voice News from Freedom Fest, talking about all kinds of different subjects and topics. Now we're going to shift over to energy. This move we have in our country, there's the debate over fossil fuels, over climate change, whether it is in fact, well, we know the climate change is how man impacts it. We have the left on one side, the right on the other side. But are there solutions outside of that that are just better because they're better? I think that it may be the question that we ask. Navid Sadikali.
That's right.
Am I pronouncing that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Welcome to the program and
Thanks so much.
your organization, End of Petroleum.
Yeah. And so right away, I really get into what you're saying, which is that are there solutions that are just better, and the step change for mankind is always starts with a new idea. And so there's a new idea that has been around for 30 years, which is there's a way to make energy from water, and you have to know a lot about physics to do that. And so we have some change to physics.
And bear with me, I got through physics, but I can't say it was my best subject. So, and it's been a few years. So.
Right. So I won't go in deep into the physics, but we can talk a little bit about that after. But basically, this new energy source from the hydrogen, which isn't burning hydrogen, it's an energy source, a chemical reaction that occurs only in plasmas. You don't see plasmas around. It occurs in this outside of the sun. You see it in different environments. So this energy source went undetected for a long time because if you don't understand enough about physics, you can't predict it. And if you're not in those environments, you're not going to see it. So this energy source is now coming to the world.
So explain to us in layman's terms, as best you can. Mm-hmm. You're taking water, and you're exploding it to create plasmas, or are plasmas the byproduct that then create the energy?
So you need atomic hydrogen, right? So floating around right now, we're breathing 75% of the universe, they say, is hydrogen gas. So hydrogen is usually in our environment a gas, two hydrogens together floating around. So you don't see atomic hydrogen. But in a plasma, things kind of break apart.
And what is describe a plasma?
It's another state of matter. You have liquid, solid, gas. Plasma is where everything's kind of broken apart. You got oxygen here, you got hydrogen, atomic hydrogen broken apart from itself. It's kind of free-floating, ionic.
And so that's created in extreme heat environments? Is that?
There's low temperature plasmas and high temperature plasmas. But yeah, this plasma would be about 3,000 Kelvin, so it's not that hot actually. It's actually not that hot in an environment.
Relatively speaking.
Relatively speaking, right? But when people do arc welding, they get really hot temperatures hotter than that. So what I'm saying is it's not per se, but it's not something that just occurs. You're not going to just see this energy. You're like, well, I got to see this energy. So this energy exists when atomic hydrogen, this is how you make the energy. Atomic hydrogen meets the right catalyst, and there's a bunch of those catalysts. We don't have to get into the science. It will naturally fall. So it kind of goes into what is energy. Energy is when things fall from this table down. That's gravitational potential energy.
Right.
Between this water bottle falling to the earth, there's a potential.
Right.
And when the electron is here and the proton, they want to go closer. The electron wants to go closer. It's attracted, but it can't. And chemical energy is when you made it do that. When you make an electron in H and O go closer, you get water, the energy is coming out of the electron-proton interaction. Kind of people get that. So basically, if you could make hydrogen, atomic hydrogen, move its electron in, you're going to get an explosive amount of energy, and you do.
What is different? So you're saying atomic. Is this what's the difference between this and say nuclear fusion, or
Yeah, so that's where you get fusion of atoms and elements. This is actually just a chemical reaction, which is just electron movement.
So do you not have the byproduct of radiation?
You don't have any radiation. So you don't have the radiation you come to expect out of nuclear reactions. So the output of this is light and heat, which is what chemical energy does, right? When you have your car, it's a timed bunch of explosions with a fuel and a spark that starts that. That energy is chemical energy and generates a lot of heat. Your stove it gets really hot. It generates light, which sometimes is red, but also a lot of heat. So basically, energy is just light and different wavelengths.
We're limited on time right now.
Sure.
But tell me, how, from a cost perspective, what would this do to our energy sector, to how we produce energy? Is it less expensive, more expensive, and how close are we to implementing or having this type of facility?
So we should probably show it. So basically, one of the leaders in this space, and we look at the whole space, is Brilliant Light Power. They're in New Jersey. they're going to be able to make energy cheaper than anything else that we have, because your fuel stock is free, quote, it's water, but then you have to do a whole bunch of technology to make it into the plasma, etc. So this is probably go out the door. They're saying, that company is saying 5 cents a kilowatt hour. The U.S. grid is 12 cents, but that's a profitable rate for them. But they can go lower. They should be able to even go lower than solar and wind. But the great thing about this is that it's explosive. You should be able to fly planes with it. You can't fly a plane with a solar panel, we get that.
Right.
So this is high energy density, higher than fossil fuels. That's why it's exciting.
So are you, no more, end of petroleum. Are you advocates for this? Or are
We're
you actually
100%
part
advocates. So I learned about this 3 years ago personally. I knew this is a change to civilization, right? It's like the Wright brothers trying to do something and people saying you can't do it, and now they did it.
Right.
And now this has been going on for years and years and years. People, and there are a lot of atomic research, material science, right? You can build we knew the physics to build a smartphone 30 years ago, but we didn't get one until now because of research and work, and that's what we're now on the market phase. Now we're moving to the markets, and now we're going to see hopefully all boats will rise, and we'll potentially get a lot more equity and a lot more energy and create new economies. We need growth, right? Everyone agrees we need growth in our economy. There's no new ideas, and this is one of the big new ideas.
This is what I love. It's the free market. It's market driven. It's not government top down.
Nope.
And I love that. Navid, pleasure. Where can people find more about your organization and what you're doing?
So we have on LinkedIn and End of Petroleum website where we're getting that website together. But people who want to contact us will find us. We think investors, activists should be paying attention to this. If they're able, they should invest in this space. Investors should be activists because this will create new economies, new growth opportunities, not just in energy, but everything ancillary, agriculture, new sciences. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no, I look forward to checking it out. This is the kind of thing that gets me excited because I don't want the government telling us how to do it, but I want to see us move. New technology is important for the growth of this nation to make us even better. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks so much.
Stay tuned. America's Voice News. We'll be right back.